family of Motherland Shift. Welcome to our program again on a series called a series of videos that we're going to do called Paradigm Shift to Freedom. It's all about freedom. It's all about shifting from the 3D dimension or matrix that used to bind us here on earth into the 4D, which actually function by love, the principal element, love, justice, peace, tolerance, gratitude to the true, the living, the Most High, creator of the universe. From now on, when you hear me saying, as I said on the first video, God, what I mean is really a state governed by law. That's how the Almighty set this life of you and me to work, is to be governed by laws. Those laws are there and you cannot change them. You cannot pick and choose. You have to abide. If you want to work successfully, you have to abide by what these laws that govern the universe are for. You have to abide by them. These laws will help you achieve and manifest what the Creator intended for you. As I said before, those who are holding on the old metrics of gathering stuff that you will never possess or you're not going to possess, especially those things that are out of season, there is no need to fight. You're not going to win. What the universe is doing right now cannot be changed by anybody. You move along with it or you disappear. That's how it's going to be. It's simple. We're talking about a paradigm shift to freedom that will take you out of where you are into where the universe is taking us. Because you know, again I said, each one of us is not God, but God is each one of us. So by extension, we are all gods. And that's how it works. Otherwise, what you will do, you'll be referring and looking at the Most High as your shopping man that you use as a guy that you put all your irresponsibility on, so that when things don't work, you can turn around and say, well, he said in a book. And I'm talking here to anybody that listens to me, whether you are Christian, whether you are Muslim, whether you are a Jew, every single one of us. There are laws that govern the universe, and you and me have no power to change them. That's how they work. Because we're talking on a paradigm shift to freedom, you have to understand and know that freedom, this is very important. Write this down on a piece of paper. Freedom is not a reward when you behave well. I'll say this again. Freedom is not a reward that you get when you behave well. That's how prisons function. It's in the prison that you behave well, you get set to be free. In any relationship, when it comes to do this for me so that I can do this for you, in order for me to give you this, you know it's a prison. Why? Because every time freedom is exchanged by the way you behave, you are in prison. So you can tell. Right now, many of you have been promised by the guys behind the curtains freedom. If you do this, if you take this, you'll be free. We'll let you free do that. It tells you what they were telling you. You are in prison. That's what they were telling you. Don't look at it another way. That's exactly what you are in prison. So if you realize that you are in prison, and the fact that most of you have done it, you've gone about doing things you should not be doing, taking things you should not be taking, in exchange to what you call freedom, because you are not free yet, for most of you, that tells you are in prison. And that's why we have this program, so that we can break the prison bars, the iron bars of the prison in your mind. It has to be broken, because they were still there and you made the choices you have made, doing things that you're not supposed to do, because you thought you'll be free, but you're still not free. Because freedom is first of all a mental state before it becomes a physical statement. So if you were not free in your mind, you cannot be free physically. As a man thinks, so is he or she. All right? So that's very important. I wanted to start by that and write it down on a piece of paper. Now, things that are happening, you said most of the time we ask questions, but I want you to change. When you replace, why is this happening to me, with what is this trying to teach me, everything shifts. Right at the time where you change and you replace, why is this happening to me, by or with what is this trying to teach me, everything shifts. You begin to see things in a different way. Now, you have to know that there are seasons, and in this season, as I said, the old you has to be traded for the new you. You cannot function the way you used to function the last 20 years, the last 16 years, the last 5 years, the last 2, even for some of you, how you used to function starting yesterday, how you functioned yesterday. You can't. Because in the economy of the Almighty, there is one constant, and that constant is called change. You got to change. When the universe moves, you change with it. You move with it. If you don't want to do that, you will go. You will be the most miserable person. All your good thoughts will be just dreams. In nothing way, and you'll be complaining and blaming others. And for some of you, blaming the principal energy of life that you call God. You'll be blaming. It's God. He doesn't see me. He sees everybody. But he has given a responsibility to all of us to self-manage our lives. It's called free will. And it works by the 14 laws that govern the universe that I've been sharing with you, and we'll carry on with it today. I was talking about season. I said everything has a season. The Almighty established seasons for a reason. He also made provision for each season. Very important. That's why you have only mango produced in a certain season. Strawberries in a certain season. It does not come out anytime. Forget about the greenhouse. That's why I'm talking about this. The greenhouse is a fraud. It's a fraud. It's robbing you, and has been robbing many of us, including myself. I used to be there. It's in robbing you from what we call seasons. It becomes seasonless, the greenhouse. The Almighty ordained, or has actually instructed, each season to produce a different type of fruits. For example, you might have strawberries in, let's say, let's say winter. You have mangoes, depending on whether you are in the 4 seasons or you are in a tropical region when you have the dry season and the rain season. You have mangoes at a certain time during the year. And after that, there will be no mangoes. Why? It's a different season. But what the guys behind the curtains have done, they have actually tried to produce through the greenhouse fruit in season and out of season. That's confusing many of us, many of you, because I'm out of that. That the way they planted this seed in your head is the same way, whether it's out of season or in season, you don't have money. They said to you, don't have money, it's not a problem. Come and get a car, finance. Come and get your microwave with us. Come and take a fridge freezer. All right? Come and get a pair of shoes. You pay later on. So you begin to function and getting stuff, gathering stuff in season and out of season. What was the intention of the Almighty by establishing seasons? He knows your body needs certain ingredients to survive on a particular season. So for example, he will produce strawberries during winter because he knows during winter there will be cold, it will be this, and then this fruit will supplement what their body needs during that period. But once winter is over, a new set of fruit in a new season will come to supplement for that season with what your body needs. But the guys behind the curtain says, no, we will give you strawberry in season or out of season. 365 days you will have strawberry. What is that doing? Because your body, for example, does not need strawberry during a season, let's say autumn. But they produce a fraud through the greenhouse. It's certain type of strawberry that you eat, and your body does not need strawberry at that time. You are short-circuiting your body, your system. And the same thing, you don't have money, you go and you get those stuff that you are getting, the fridge, freezer, for example. What happened when a season is a season for you now to acquire stuff? You can't get them. Why? Because you are already in debt. You are already in debt. And for many of you, you say, these things always happen. When November comes, I'm always in this situation. Yes, because your life, instead of being a wheel of progress, your life has become a clock in the wheel of progress. So it goes ding, dong. I've seen this before. Yeah, ding. Oh, this is yeah, dong. You don't progress. You become a clock. Your life becomes a clock. Why? Because you are functioning against what the Almighty or established. Very important. All right? Many has tried to corrupt that system by the greenhouse that you are using right now. Your greenhouse is the credit. You go and take the finance greenhouse. Whether you have money or not, just do it. You're doing exactly against or the opposite of what the Almighty ordained. So you change, things change. That's why you need to change in your mind, because our minds are full of junk. You wonder. In this series, I'm going to show you how you are moving around with a trashy neighbor. A neighbor you carry. Remember, you are a spirit, but you have a soul that lives in the body. So I'm saying this again. Even in a book, when you see, they never said 500 people died. They'll say to you 500 souls perished. Why do they say souls? Because it's very important for you to understand what a soul is. Yeah? So, in this season, you have to come out of that. Your mind has to change. Your trashy neighbor you're carrying with you everywhere you're going has to stop here and move on with a very clean neighbor. Your mind. It has to be clean. Everything, as I said before, everything is energy. Everything. The principal source of our lives that we call God is energy. We are energy. And I'll explain this before you say, oh, what is he talking? It's energy. Now, that energy, how does it work? Have you not been in places where sometimes you enter a room and you say, oh, I have goosebumps. I feel something. Energy. Somebody calls you and say something to you, and you feel suddenly that you get very angry. That energy they sent, you capture it, and it changes and it moves. Like, I'll give you something, because on December the 21st, I am intending to do a live session when we have to do certain things to move on. Now, the thing is this. The way we function is different. Look at waters. Everything has a frequency, energy. Everything is energy, is frequency. Take a glass of water, fill it with water, and take a spoon, just start actually banging that spoon on the glass of water. You will see that the water in the glass will change its form. So basically, it will be the molecule in the water will be rearranged. And if you stop, it goes back to the initial vibration. You take a whistle and you blow a whistle, you will see that water will change in a different form. It might be now having waves, which is energy, frequencies. And you stop and it goes back to the initial frequency. You take a hammer, start hammering on the table where the water is. The water will take a different form, rearranging the molecules. So it's the same, because you are 75% water. Your body, 75% water. So every frequency that comes in your body, it rearranges the molecule in your body. That frequency can change your mood to become happy, angry, and it changes in a day. You can be sick, healthy. That's why it's very important. The music you listen to, the movies you're watching are very important, because every single image has its frequency. It has a frequency. All right? You have to know this. The guys behind the curtains know this, but you don't know. And let me give you this secret, because that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm intending for us to do on the 21st of December. Okay? The guys behind the curtains, they know that human consciousness co-creates reality based on what the mind believes to be true and real. Yeah? They know that human, you and me, consciousness co-creates together. We co-create reality based on what the mind perceives or believes to be true and real. Very important. This process is amplified when instilled in collective consciousness. Remember me, when you look at the introduction of every video, we talk about collective consciousness. So I said this process is amplified when instilled in collective consciousness of the masses, of the people. They are projecting what they want into your mind. Oh, they are projecting what they want in your mind so that you can build it for them. All right? So we can use the same principle, because you read it in a book. It says, if two shall agree, but your agreement is in what? The one is asking for a car. The other one is asking for a house. That's all you do. These things, you don't need to go and agree for that. Just get some money and you buy one. The things that the guys behind the curtains froze in your mind through movies, Netflix, and other movies in Hollywood, through songs of all these guys. It's what they know. You have asked yourself questions. Sometimes we ask questions. Why are they showing us these things? I've shown this in a movie and it coming to reality. Yes, you have, or we have co-created that reality that they gave us collectively. We co-create that reality that they inject it in our minds. We create or we build that for them. And it comes into reality because they know you have the power. You're the only one who don't know that you have power. They know that if these people, we inject this idea in their minds, they begin to talk about it, they put energy towards it, they will co-create this energy, these things that we want for us. That's how they've been using you. That's how they've been using us, because I've been there, but I'm out. All right? So you have to have this in mind. So what I'm intending for us to do is exactly that. We sit down, we will do something, because water, your body is 75% water. We will use water to energize water. And because everything is interconnected, we are connected, we will then co-create a new life for us, a new future, where we function by the law that governs the universe. Love above everything. Okay, that was it's a long introduction, but I intended to do this because it's very, very important for me to address what I've just addressed with you guys, so that we can actually now move into exactly what we want to see. A good future, nice one, beautiful future. So last time actually we were talking, we stopped at the law of polarity, or law number 11, where we said that in life everything has the opposite. There can't be cold without the heat. There can't be joy without sadness. And you can't change that. Don't even try to fight it. It's there. The choice, though, is yours. Whether you function in joy or sadness, in heat or cold, the choice is yours. You are a creator of what you want and what's happening in your life. Your choice will develop while the opposite of your choice will disappear. If you choose good, you choose sadness, joy will disappear, because you amplify sadness. When you choose joy, sadness disappear. That's how it works. Simple. You are the creator. And for some who are crying already, since I've been listening to you, and I've been trying to be positive, but it seems like in the last 3 weeks, nothing really is changing much. Let me tell you something. I told you and I shared about seasons. You planted whatever you planted last season. There is no one else who is intended to harvest what you planted. It's your harvest. You have to eat that. That's why you're still going through what you're going. But the good thing is this. Now that you know the law that governs the universe, what do? You begin to amplify now, or give energy, because everything is energy, frequency. Begin to give energy to what you want to see, the good future you want to see. Begin to prepare your mind. And before you know, that fruit of the old season will begin to disappear, and you begin to eat the new fruit soon. That's how it works. Effortlessly. All right? So, I said, you have to know that you are responsible for what is in your life right now, and not the Almighty, not your friends, not your children, not your husband or your wife, your partner, not your brothers and sisters. Family, as I said, we are moving into a place where your mind, your neighbor, the mind, will be free of junks, and you'll be performing well. This is a high vibration, high frequency program to set you to a place where you are positive. You vibrate positive, high vibration, positive frequency, so that we collectively conscious will co-create a better future for all of us. All right? Not me, myself, and I. Me, I want this. Me in this. No, it won't work anymore. It's a collective one. and it's better. All right? Law number 12, the law of rhythm. The law of rhythm. Observe the universe, the earth, it turns around itself and around the sun. All right? Waters of the seas, the oceans, okay, they have time when they are high and the time when they are low. It's just how it is. You can't change it. That's how it is. Rhythm. It moves. This establishes seasons and development of human beings. That's what it is, the rhythm. The seasons are established by those rhythm. You see, the rhythm of the oceans, of the water, it goes up, different season. It goes down, different season. Just effortlessly let it be. Let it be in your life and let it function. And you have no trouble. I don't have now, therefore I can't buy. You see, there are people that says money is everything, isn't it? You can only achieve things with money. And I tell you what, look at the choice you've made. For most people in the last 5 years, in the last 10 years, all the choices you have made were motivated by getting money. Are you happy? Are you happy? Yes, I know you acquire that thing. You've gathered stuff. But are you happy? Who's suffering? The true you. Because in most cases, many people have the fake them. When you have your fake you, you live the true you that is sad, that is always quarreling, always angry, always looking down on other people, which is a low vibration. And you go out with the fake one, the one that wears fake nails, fake hair, fake eyelashes, fake everything. And it's not just ladies, it's also men. We take our fake us out there, the one that shows muscles, that talks good. We go out, we lie to every single person in the village except ourselves, because you can't lie to yourself. You know who you are. You know that the fake you is the one acting out there. You smile, you laugh, you behave in a certain way. You drink with friends and share all this stuff. You watch, sometimes you watch good stuff, sometimes junk. And you go back home. As soon as you reach that house of you, sadness struck back again. Because that's the true you now, facing the reality of universe. How long is that fake you is going to survive? Not long. Because you are going to give and trade that fake you for the true you, for peace, joy, tranquility, gratitude, above everything, love. The true you that's not ashamed of himself or herself, thinking about what friends will say, what friends are thinking about. No, he's free. Why? Because he thinks or she thinks free. All right? Law number 14. The law of number 14. We have this law that always brings two different, what you would call people. Let me just put it in the way you will understand. We said we have the feminine and the masculine, male and female. Every masculine has its own, or it's actually have its only, it has its feminine. Every masculine has a feminine principles, if you can call it that way. Every masculine has its feminine principle. You heard people talking about some things if we learn from the Chinese and the other. We say yin and yang. We say male and female, boy and girls, and all this kind of stuff. This is the basis of the great creation of the Almighty. Behind every great man, we say there is a great woman. All right? You cannot be one and accomplish everything without the others. And that puts us together. And that eliminates the fact that it's going to benefit you or it's going to benefit me. No. It's together we co-create. We have a better future because we have agreed and gave energy to oneness. You have to know it. When we look, there is a logic. We start with a mass, logic and virility. Most of us as men, we function with logic and virility. And you look at our sisters, they function with intuition and sensitivity. Very sensitive they are. And the intuition sometimes does not lie. But we're different. So if you put together the logic, virility, intuition, and sensitivity, it brings the whole thing. That's why we have to function with our opposites, if you can call it that way. No, not the way opposite, because that sounds a little bit negative. We have to function with the other party. If you're masculine, you have to function with feminine. You're feminine, function with masculine. No competition. You see, when stuff that people gather, when stuff no longer, if you want to represent the essence of your life, but you create circumstances in a situation that brings love, that sets you free in your mind, no stress, no blood pressure, no headaches, and etc. It's funny that last night I was talking to a dear friend and she was just sharing all these things. She said, my life has become all you call stress-free. Since we start talking about these things for years now, we've been talking, no years as like 5 years, I think it's 2 years now, 3 years I've been sharing. Yeah, almost 3 years. Her life has changed. She doesn't have those migraine and headaches she used to have because she accepts that her mind has to be free first before she gets the physical freedom that everybody is looking for. Many people talk about freedom, but they're not free. When you say, I'll say what I want to do, I'll say what I want to say, nobody tells me what to do. That's not freedom. That's liberty, irresponsibility. We're talking about freedom here. Yeah? So the masculine and the feminine must be put together at the same level of equilibrium. Same level. Because one can't exist without the other. There is no way a feminine can exist without the masculine, or the masculine without the feminine. The principle of life itself, when you look, a man has to put a seed on a woman so that they can produce together another life. All right? Very important. I wanted this video short but deep. Why? Because we are going to move to a place where on the 21st of December, I'm choosing this date purposely, when we will co-create, because it'll be all of us together, something important. Based on what? Based on the fact that there is a reality. There's a truth that has been hidden for years. You guys, it doesn't matter what religion you are from, you believed. Here we don't talk about that. You have to know one thing. There is a truth. There is a law that governs the universe. And these people behind the curtains have known it for years, for centuries, and they use it. All you do is we will have, for Christians, all night prayer. When we come, we agree for our next building. We will come. And you have a dirty mind, but with a clean body. Because you want to come with a trashy neighbor that I call the mind that is full of junk, and you want to come together to acquire a building, acquire a car, a house, and say together. But you forget that you are not free. You will not be free in that building, in that car, in that whatever you acquire. Because as a man thinks, so is he or is she. They know that. And that's why they give you junk through movies. Most of the movies are junk. But they want you to create that reality that they're giving you. Create that for them. They know you have the power in your mind to send a positive or a negative or send energy, to cut it short, towards what they inject, what they actually sending into your mind, so that it will produce what they want. Whether immorality, whether poverty, whether it's murder, whatever they want to accomplish, they put it through in the form of a movie. They project it on the screen. You yourself embed it. You embed it in your mind. You create that reality for them. How? Because human consciousness co-creates reality based on what the mind believes to be true and real. This process is amplified when instilled in collective consciousness of the masses, of the people, of a society, of a church, a synagogue, or a mosque, an association, a group of people in a village. When this is installed, amplified and instilled, in collective consciousness of the masses, then they are projecting what they want you to do. They are projecting what they want into your mind so that you can build it for them. Because one of them, remember, you call them always the few, but they know the few, when they gather together, there's not that much energy. But if the masses gather together, there is so much energy when we focus on one thing, and it will, or we will, co-create that reality. But in this case, scenario, what they've been doing for centuries, they get something they want to achieve, put it in the form of movie, and they instill it in the collective consciousness of the people. Then projecting what they want into the people's mind. The people then build what they want for them. That's what happened. Now you know that truth. Stop. Every movie you watch is instilling something. Am I saying every single movie is a bad movie? No, that's not what I'm saying. Don't go in the negative. Look, vibrate positively. Look at what I'm sharing and see how you have been in this prison for years, but they need you to co-create what they want. It's just like on the assembly point of a company. Mercedes-Benz want to produce a certain car. What do? They employ you. They employ the masses. They instill what they want to create, that car, that model, into your mind. And what do? You build it, put it together for them to make money, but you still poor. That's what I'm talking about. The movies that tells you how to behave. Sometimes you call it the housewives of, let's say, of Chelsea. The housewives of whatever. They instill because there is something they want to achieve. They want you to behave in a certain way that will bound you completely in your life. Right now, they produce those series, and you sit down, you can't miss it. Even when somebody, even if your husband is calling you from work just to say hi, to see how, no, you don't pick up the phone, and later on you say to them, you know, I was watching my series, I couldn't call, just cut it. I know you calling, but I'm sorry, I don't like missing the housewives of Chelsea or of Birmingham, or I don't know, of Woodbridge, Virginia. Yeah? But what you were watching, what you didn't know, they were instilling a certain behavior in your mind. You collectively now give energy to that. You co-create the reality they want you to create. You build that for them, and it benefits them. Why? Because you become wishy-washy. You don't know who you are anymore. You become fake. You become so negative that you can't produce or create your own reality. You need to self-manage yourself. You need to do that. The songs you listen to, some of them are intended only for you to create or build something that will profit them. Something they want you to create for them. Why? Because they are few. They can't create it. They want the masses to create that in a large scale for them. Family of Motherland Shift, I love you. And this is the end of our video today. Okay? Remember, you are in charge and not the other way around. You need to trade your old ones for your new one. The one that functions by love, righteousness, peace, justice, tolerance, gratitude to the principal energy that you call God, the Almighty. All right? That's how we are going to function. Now that you know the 14 laws that we have shared that govern the universe, use them. Remember, freedom is not something you get because you behave well. That's how prison functions. Love you. Love my people. Family. See you soon. Bye.